Hi guys, it's TechBoy here in another video. This video is talking about the top 10 iOS 8 predictions that I personally want to see in iOS 8. So let's just get straight into it. Number 10 is the minor changes. So just to rattle them off quickly: FaceTime conference calling, advanced technologies, especially for compressed memory, since the iPad and the iPhone only have 1 GB of RAM as of the 2013 versions of them, and also in terms of extending battery life, so dedicating power only when necessary. More customizable keyboards, including a swipe keyboard option. More ways to unlock the device for devices that don't support Touch ID. Sync music and videos via AirDrop to iOS devices. iPhone 5s camera features on all iPads supporting A7 chip or newer. 360-degree panoramas, and the ability to toggle on and off the parallax effect on the home screen, and having a separate toggle switch to turn on and off the zoom in effect for when you open and close the apps instead of just the fading transition. And changes to the lock, compass, and video memo app icons. And finally, more social network integrations, maybe LinkedIn for example. Number 9. We have setting default apps. I mean, to put it simple, there's other email applications out there that people want to use, probably for Gmail and Yahoo. There's other weather applications out there, like Yahoo's got a really good one at the moment. The Notes app, there'll be plenty of other Notes applications out there. Maps, people probably prefer to use Google Maps over Maps. Apple's Maps, that is. Same with camera. And web browser, it could be Google Chrome, for example, people prefer to use. Number 8 is apps for the iWatch, in terms of setting it up to be able to use it. I am saying this in a similar way, so it's not compulsory, but provide the app and advertise it like how they did with iBooks in iOS 4, which was way back in 2010 when they were both announced. They could announce the iWatch at WWDC 2014, then reveal iOS 8 at the very end to show the application that goes along with it to enable to set it all up. Even if the iWatch does not launch for a few months, it would be a good opportunity for the watch to debut, so there's not all these last minute leaks and all that and rumour hype and all that. Very similar to what they did with the original iPhone, and I think from memory the same with the iPad, especially because they were new categories for Apple to break into at the time. But so they can talk to developers about supporting apps for it while they are there, obviously for the WWDC stuff, and also in preparation for launch, so there's more applications out there on the App Store for people to download when this device launches, compared to the Samsung Galaxy Gear. Download from the App Store free of charge, but it's obviously going to be useless if you don't have an iWatch itself. And it could require iOS 8 and devices running Bluetooth 4.0 just to set a standard. Number 7, we have more capabilities for Touch ID. Multiple account login is just a simple thought like that. You should be able to set it up via the settings application, and they should provide at least 2 accounts, or the ability to have 2 accounts on devices that have the A7 chip, because you can only store 5 fingerprints, and 5 accounts on devices with A8 chips, all providing that the A8 chip can hold more than 5 fingerprints. So it could be like 25 fingerprints, so 5 for each account, which is just the same as the A7 chip and having only 1 account, but you got 5. So it'd be useful for iPads in the family. So you've got your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your cousin, could all have their own separate accounts, and it will just be easy to load it based on the press of a finger. And swipe finger over it to unlock a certain application when the device is unlocked, since the sensor can detect fingers. For example, if you swipe your finger from the bottom of the Touch ID sensor, or the home button you could say, to the top, It could open up the web browser, or just another thought off the top of my head, Control Center, and top down for Facebook or Twitter. But another thought I just thought of while making this video is you can swipe from the top down on the actual Touch ID sensor itself to unlock Notification Center. The biggest issue I have with larger screens at the moment is the ability to reach in all four corners with my thumb. So with a 5-inch device, they could eliminate that annoying nuisance by getting you to swipe your finger from top down over the fingerprint, over the Touch ID sensor, so you don't have to stretch your thumb and rejiggle the position of the phone in your hand and all that just to unlock Notification Center. It's just a neat little trick. Number 6, we have split screen multitasking. So very much like the Microsoft Surface, the RT and the Pro from 2012 and 2013. It could be a selling point for the 13-inch iPad Pro and Maxi, whatever they want to call it, which will come out in 2014, based on the latest rumours, because this will be easier to do multitasking on, being a larger screen. And you could watch a video while doing productive work on it. I know I personally do that on my laptop. And have the ability to have a half-half split like the image shows at the moment, or the ability to have 2/3 of the screen taken up by one application and the other third of the screen taken up by another application. Very similar to what the voice command split screen controls are for the Xbox One. Number 5, we have the camera. 16:9 photos with the applicable hardware where possible. Full resolution photos while taking video, because with the iPhone 5, when you took a photo while taking a video, it took it at the resolution of 1136 by 640, which is the same as the iPhone 5 and 5S and 5C's screen. Then with the 5S, it's now doing it at 1920 by 1080. So it'd be good if they allowed you to do it at the whole 8 megapixel resolution, but it's just a tiny complaint. It's not really huge, and mainly just a thought. HDR videos and 360-degree panoramas. Number 4, we have Siri. To put it simple, offline support needs to be in iOS 8. I mean, for the little things like music controls, making notes, launching apps, converting voice to text, turning on and off Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, airplane mode, cellular data, it shouldn't require an internet connection to toggle them on and off all the time, because Siri is getting used to your voice every time you say it, so it should recognize what you're saying and just toggle it. Why does it need to communicate to the internet every single time you do it? Why can't it just communicate with the internet when it's next online, for example, and not every single time, or just do it once at the end of the day? And also APIs for developers, so you could do it for Shazam, so you tell it Shazam this song and it will start listening straight away, or you could do it for public transit apps. So if you catch the tram regularly like me, I do to university at the moment, and by doing that you could ask it when is the next tram going to arrive, and it should recognise based on your location and where you've been in the past which tram stop you're talking about. It will tell you the next tram arrives in X minutes, and then probably tell you the next few after that. Just another thought off the top of my head. I mean, there are little things like that that they could add to just make iOS 8 and iOS itself a bit more complete. Number 3, we have maps. So they are highly rumoured to add public transit options back into maps in iOS 8, which was taken down in iOS 6 and 7 from memory. Indoor maps at popular locations. More responsive turn-by-turn directions with better last-minute directions, because I've had it on the highways before. When I go to tennis on Saturdays, I go off the freeway, and then when I'm halfway off the turn-off ramp to go into the local town to get to the tennis club, it says, turn off now. Well, I've already turned off. I mean, it was good if it warned me a kilometre back, but it would be good if they gave you a little bit more warning. So if it was 300 metres before it, it's just a small little complaint. Better integration with the M7 chip for better accuracy, especially while indoors. Wi-Fi slam, location area, and hop stop were acquisitions that Apple made in 2013, which could all be relevant to Apple Maps being improved in iOS 8. Number 2, we have Control Center customization. My biggest request is the ability to toggle on and off mobile data in the control center itself, so you don't have to go settings, mobile data off every single time. Because I had to do that for Wi-Fi on my iPod prior to getting my iPhone 5S, and the fact I could do that through the control center has just made life a lot easy. But I'm struggling to get used to having to do it for mobile data now, so I wish they would just give you the option, and for example in the top row of icons, just give you the option to choose what ones you want there. And regarding the image for Control Center itself, with like the toggle switches, the brightness, the music controls, AirDrop, AirPlay, and the app icons down the bottom, you should be able to rearrange it from top to bottom and left to right if they give you the ability to, which would be a nice little touch. And customize all the options within the settings app itself, because it will make life easier. And finally, number 1 is more customizable home screens, which I personally believe is why the majority of people that have smartphones have chosen Android over iOS, especially in recent days. So they could enable little things to make it look more different from iOS 1, if I was to be honest. Animated GIFs for wallpapers. New icons for stock, voice memos, and compass, because they're all really dark black. They do reflect the applications very well, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know if they belong very well with all the other colourful icons on the screen. Panoramas on home screen, which move via sliding the home screen to go to the next page, or via the gyroscope, give you the option to pick either. No strict guidelines for the app icon layouts, so have the ability to put any icon anywhere. So you can put them all down the bottom, so if you don't have rather big hands and you want a 5-inch screen, at least you won't have to stretch your thumb to the top left corner of the screen or reposition your phone in your hand in order to do it. If Apple launches a 5-inch iPhone, have up to 5 icons horizontally and 7 icons vertically on the home screen. The original Spotlight page could be a dedicated page to widgets, so it saves power in the sense that only the widgets will refresh every time you open that screen, to save battery life, of course, which is probably why you could have a weather widget app to show the weather for the current location, and tap on any widget to load the full application itself. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. The question for you, the audience, is what is it that iOS 8 needs to be a success? Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? What is it that you want to see in iOS 8 where, if you do not currently own a Apple device, what is it that iOS 8 needs in order for you to switch over to it? Just another thought. So you can let me know by leaving a comment below, and if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, and if you choose to, subscribe to my channel, but only if you want. I'm not going to force you to it, but for everyone out there that's liking and subscribing to my channel, thank you very much for watching and doing so, and until next time, I will catch you later. Thank you for watching.